Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we would like to present about our system. It is called Thunderbolts Comics. So, without further ado, let us go through our system.
Hello, greetings. My name is Ilman Kamil bin Yaakob. My student ID is 2023172731.
Hi, my name is Nik Ahmad Danish bin Faisal. I am 18 years old. My student ID is 20231568 and 39.
Assalamualaikum guys and hola. So my name is Adam Harith bin Abu Bakar. My student ID is 2023177909.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Arash bin Zakaria and I'm from class CSC126 and my student ID is 2023509541.
So for the description for this project is a project for fundamental of algorithm and computer problem solving, and the second one is to develop a comic book store that is a comic heaven for enthusiasts, and finally to test our group knowledge and current capabilities to make this system.
So the project background is finding comic books now is not as easy as before because the publishing and printing has become more outdated in this new world. Also, finding a specific comic book is quite the hassle because every bookstore always have a lot of books, not only the books from our country but from around the world. Thus, this has become quite a downfall for the comic publisher because of the declining interest from difficulty in acquiring comic books. In regard to this issue, we came up with this new system where our store only deals with comic books, that is Thunderbolts Comics.
And here we are at the project objective. The first one is the primary objective of a bookstore is to sell books while offering a diverse selection. Second, we let customers sell all of their old and or untouched comic at our store. Third, comic trade-in as customers can trade their old comic books and trade it for a different comic book. Fourth, to create a positive and satisfying experience for customers by creating a simple and intuitive system. And fifth, to create a positive and satisfying experience for customers by creating a simple and intuitive system.
So here is the analysis, or in the other name, the input, the process, and also the output for our system. So the input for our system is buy comics, sell comics, rent comics, trade for other comic informations, other specification, and payment options. As for the process, it's choose either to buy, sell, rent, or trade comics. Calculate the total price for each book, buy or sale. Calculate prices for rent based on the renting period. And lastly, calculate the value of traded comics for other comics. And the output for our system would be comic titles, price for each comics, buy and sell, total price, and last thing is receipt.
So the flowchart we have here is incredibly simple. It's just the base process that what we're looking at. It literally outputs. It starts an output choice of buy, sell, trade, or rent, and you just input your choice. And then if you put buy, then it'll ask you for the publisher, title, edition options. No, it'll output publisher, title, and edition options. You input your comic info. It output asks if you would like to buy more. If yes, repeat. So this is actually just the backbone of our whole code. It's just to let you understand it in a very straightforward way. Choose payment options, please finish transaction at the counter, and then output the shop stacks. And then if you sell, it's the same thing. It's publish it and then input comic, but instead of showing you the total price you have to buy, it says it says the price the book you're willing to sell, how much it will cost, and then I'll put receipt, and then you go back to the counter just like the other one. So for trade, it's also quite simple, which is you input your comic information that you want to trade, and then it calculate the value of the trade as it calculate the value of the comic traded and output comics that can be acquired with the current value of the traded comic. So it will output options that the store will let you have according to the comic that you are willing to trade. And then you input the comic info that you want, which once the machine gives you the options, and then it will input you a receipt, and then please finish the transaction account. And then rent is the same thing, but instead of calculate the value, it will calculate the total price with the selected comics and day. So it will ask you how many days to rent, and then it will count how many, it will times the comics value with the day, and then output payment options, choose payment options, and then please finish. And if you just press exit, you'll just go to exit. And then this is the end, but like, I can't fit it all in. The pseudocode is literally the exact same thing, just in a more linear way of saying it. You start choice, output choice of buy, sell, rent, and then input choice, publisher, title, edition, comic info. It's literally the same thing, just in a more easier to read way, I would say. So if you press buy, then this is what will happen. As it'll output the publisher, comic info, like I said before. The payment options, choose payment options, finish, and output shops tags. And if you want to sell, then publisher, title, edition options, comic info, price of book to sell for, receipt, blah 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 blah. And if you want to trade, then it'll output the traded it will output the traded publisher, traded title, and traded edition options. You input your comic that you want to trade, and it'll calculate the value of the comic you want to trade, and output the comics that can be acquired with the current value of the traded comic. And it'll output the options for the receiver, for the publisher, title, and edition that you like. And then you can actually do that. If you choose rent, then you'll say publisher, title, and edition options. You put in the info, it'll ask how many days you want to rent it, and the process will be calculate total price with the selected comics and price, and with the day as well. And then it output the receipt, you pick the payment option, and then you will actually get the book at the counter. And if you just put exit, then it'll just say thank you for coming. Okay, so here we have the code for the main. So when you run the program, it'll start here, and it'll say welcome and all the stuff. It'll ask you to choose what you want to do, one of our things, which is buy, sell, trade, rent. You can also just exit. It's a simple code. It's just if what they choose is the number, it'll just run the module. That's about it.
So what we got right now is the function of exit. So right here, the system says print out thank you for coming to Thunderbolt Comics and please navigate.
Here, as you can see, is the buy module, the buy menu. Here we have the INT main, the declare that has been arrayed. Choose through publishers, link title, integer edition, integer price, link title book, integer edition book, integer price book. As you can see, at the string publisher we have the names of the publisher. We have Marvel, DC, and others. We also have loop. We use the do while loop so that the customer can choose whether they want to use the loop or not. We also have the another loops. We use the loops inside loop. Yes, you can see the customer is needed to choose the book publisher. So the input, the customer will put the publisher by numbers only. If the customer input the wrong number outside of 1, 2 or 3, they put number 4 or 5, the menu will be displayed an error publisher please try again. So the customer will be needed to re-enter the correct number for the publisher. So once the customer has put the number, it will display the title of each comic. that has been published by each publisher. You can see the pub. If the pub is equal to 1, they have Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, Daredevil, and Moon Knight. If the pub is 2, you have Batman, Superman, Flash, Azrael, and Constantine. If the pub is 3, we have The Boys and Invincible. So here you have another do where the loop needed if the customer input the wrong title. So layout, please enter book title. Customer is needed to put the book title. Once again, they only need to put number title. If they put a wrong number, it will display error book title. Please try again. So the customer is needed to put the correct number. Once again, once the customer has put the correct number, it will display the editions and price for each comic, each book. Here we have 5 editions, and for each edition have different prices. As you can see, the lower the number, the higher the price. Such as edition 5, we have Spider-Man edition 5 is equal to 10 ringgit, while edition 1 is priced at 50. Same goes to the other comic. The lower the number, the higher the price. And then the customer is needed to enter the book edition. So once the book edition has been put, it will display the title of the book, the edition, and the prices. After that, they will be asked if they want to add more books. If the answer is equal to 1, the menu will be looped again and the customer can choose another book. But for each purchase, they have the limit. So if they pass the limit, it will display, sorry, you have exceeded the book limit. Please complete this transaction. And while if the answer is 2, no, the menu will be displayed Thunderbolts comic, the title of the book, editions, and the prices for each book they pick, and also total price.
So right now we got the main function of sell, which is for project Thunderbolts comic book. So first of all, we got hashtag include audio stream, and then the main modi, which is integer main, so that the coding will function well. So after that, we got the variable declaration, which is book publisher, book code, book volume, book price, and answer. We got 3 variables, which is integer, double, and character. So right here we got looping, which is do. So after that, user need to input their book publisher code, which the system asks for. After that, the book publisher got 3 types, which is DC, Marvel, and others. And if the user choose DC, so the system will clear out the book name of DC, which is Batman, Superman, The Flash, Azrael, Constantine. And then you need the user just put the book code. So after that, we got the Marvel Universe book. So the book name is Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, Daredevil, and Moon Knight. So it's like same like as DC. The user need to put book code, and if book code equal to 1, the system will clear out Spider-Man. And the third choice we got others, which is book publisher equal to 3. So if user want other than DC and Marvel, we got the Invisible and the Boss only. So if book code equal to 1, the system will print out invisible, and if the code equal to 2, then the system will print out the boys. And if user put the wrong code, the system will print out invalid code and the user need to try again. So after that, user need to input the book volume. So as you can see here, the older the book volume, the expensive it gets. So for example, if book volume equal to 1, the book price is 40. If the book volume equal to 5, the book price is 8. So if user put the wrong book volume, the code will print out wrong code, and then it will print receipt, which will print your book publisher, your book title, your book volume, and your book price. And then this is where the looping function. So the user need to press Y to continue or enter N to stop. So if the user press Y, so the user will add all this again, and also the system will print out the new receipt. And if the user press N, then the system will end right there and print receipt. So then we get the return 0 for this according to function well.
Okay, so here we have the trade module. The module here is, I put my name there. It's okay, don't worry about it. So the way this module work is, I have declared some integers, quite a bit actually, and I declared the string for all the names of the comics. Bruh this empty means bruh this empty, like that's just a placeholder name to correctly put these two in. These two are like, they're not supposed to, they're like, just imagine they're not there basically, but they need to be there for the code to work. So then I put the array for the value of the comics, which is this, and then array for addition of the comics, which it also goes down like that, and array for addition for the comics for output, because once you need the output, the, how do I say this? Once you want to put outputs, right? Because of the way I declared the additions, it'll make it so that if you type in 1, it'll do 5. So I gotta declare it like this, so it'll output properly additions. So here it just asks which publisher do you want to trade from, which is Marvel, DC, and others. If you put in something that's not 1, 2, or 3, it'll say error, and you'll have to type it in again. And then once you've done that, it'll say which comic would you like to trade in, and it will put it will put out the name of all the comics. It'll put out the name of all the comics. If 1, then it'll go to the array 0 and 0, and it'll name everything which is on this top level, which is Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, and etc. Then it'll do that, and then you have to type in what comic you want, and if you type in other than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it'll ask you to start again. But see, it says you input publisher, and you would put 1 for Marvel, but for the array it wouldn't work as 1, so down here it'll set publisher as 0 if you input it as 1. And then else if publishers 2, then it does the same thing, except the array now is 1, and then it'll name the publisher as 1 here, so that later on it will correctly go to the correct array. And then 3 is for the other one, and then okay, see this is so this is for the additions, and it'll also loop if the customer type in addition that's not 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5. So then it'll count the value of the books that the customer put in. The way it counts is basically if it's edition 1, the value is 5, and if it's like Spider-Man, the value is also 5. So then if it's Spider-Man edition 1, it'll be 5 plus 5, which is 10. So that will be the true value there. See the value of the title and the edition. And if it's edition like 4 and Spider-Man will be 5 and edition will be 4. So once it plus, it'll be true value 9. So based on the true value of the comic you would like to trade in, there's different options of what the customer can have to trade. So see, I put else if true val 8. So see, if it's 9, they can't get edition 1 of Spider-Man, while if it's 10, they can get edition 1 of Spider-Man, because it's the value of that book will be 10. So then it just goes down, and true val 6. And here at true val 6, you can only get edition 5 of Spider-Man if your book is true val 6. But you can, and then the value of the books is in descending order. So Spider-Man's the most expensive, and then Iron Man, and then I don't remember what's the rest. Same goes for DC, same goes for others. Then it goes down, and then so you will input the number of the comics. So here it says like 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. You'll input the number that they'll let you, the options let you. And then let's say you put 1, it'll put the trade, it'll make it so that it'll declare these two integers 0, 0, so that later on when they want to output the books, they can just output this. They can just output the array, and also just use these codes here. Just use this what's the word? Just use this volume? No, it's a volume. What the hell is it? What the hell's doing? Oh, so then on the array, once it outputs, so it doesn't have to output anything individually. It can just output the array and with the variable here. So let's say they put 1, which is Spider-Man, then it'll output to array 0, 0, which is these two variables, which has then been declared 0, 0 here. So then if it's 2, then it will be 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, and it just goes on. And then here it will ask for which edition you like. And then if you so here, so then you will say trade edition 1, you'll ask you to input the trade edition. And here I have a process that trade edition equals to trade edition minus 1. This is because that, let's say they want edition 5, they'll input 5, but the array will count edition 5 as 4 because the array starts from 0. So then I have just a simple process here to minus it with 1, so that the array will read it properly. So here here it would read what you have inputted all this while, and the edition that you want to trade in, and the book that you would like to have, which is the trade pub and trade title. But it's just the variable names, because on top it will declare the number that the variable will be, so that it's easier. And then the edition, and then it'll ask you if you're sure. If you're not sure, then you press no, and then it'll go all the way up back to where it puts out the name of all the comics, so that it'll output the name of the comics again with the true value of your books, and you can choose again. But if you're sure, then you'll say thank you, here's your receipt, and you get your receipt. And then it'll ask you to go to the content to complete the exchange, and then you'll go to exit. That's about it.
So here is the main module for our comic shop system. So starting off, we include two libraries, which is IOStream and also Vector. So next we use enumerators. So we use the keyword enum, to define an enumeration type. So book publisher, book name DC, book name Marvel, book name others, book volume is the enumerators, the symbolic names. So everything that's in the bracket, like DC, Marvel, DC, Marvel, others, Batman, Superman, those are all symbolic names, the enumerators. By default, the first enumerator has the value 0. That's it, I guess. And then moving on, in the integer main, I declare the string for book name, the integer day rent, double book rent rate, total rent rate, book publisher, book volume. And then here is, so that when I run, here is cout is basically output. Choose the book publisher, okay, and then right after all those couts, I declare integer public choice, and then the user has to insert the publisher choice using numbers, not by typing the book publisher name using. So that's why I declare this, the publisher choice, as an integer, so that when I run the system, user only have to insert numbers. Let's say you are interested in renting a book from DC, so you type 1 and then enter, then it appears the books from DC. So once user insert the publisher choice, here I use switch to what's the word? Alah, babi. Okay, so once user insert their publisher choice, I use switch based on publisher choice to list all the books for user to choose which book they would like to rent. So I use switch publisher choice case 1. So case 1 is books from DC, and then I declare integer DC book choice, and then C in DC book choice. I use integer because I want user to type the numbers instead type the book name. Yeah, it's gonna be so. Here is the switch for DC book choice. So once they insert which book using numbers, and then default is the case, and the default I do see out invalid choice for the book name. So if I run the program, okay, I insert, let's say, Marvel 2, and I enter. There is 5 books listed that is published by Marvel. So if I put any numbers like that is not in the list, let's say I put 8 and then enter, invalid choice for the book name. So this code is for publisher DC, and all I do is do the same for Marvel. Yeah, this is in case 2, and then in case 3 I do for publisher others, and then this is the default here. The default is for the publisher choice, not for the book, because the book is in here. So default see out invalid choice for the book publisher. So this is if I run the program. If I insert, so it will list 3 book publisher, right? So if I insert numbers, if I insert any other than 1, 2 or 3, let's say if I insert 5, invalid choice for the book publisher. Yeah, and then after selecting the book name, I add after selecting the book name, so once you choose which book publisher and which book name, this is, so the system will ask for you which volume of book would you like to rent. So here is the code for volume section. So see out, choose the volume. So this is the count system for volume, and then I declare integer volume choice, C in volume choice. So wait, I show you. So let's see, I choose the book 3, I want the book published for others, and then there list 2 books, which is Invisible and Voice. So I choose Invisible, I press enter. So here you see, this is the section for you to choose which volume of the book would you like to rent. So I insert for, yeah, and then the system will ask how many days which you want to rent the book. So this is the code for volume section, and then below here, this is the code to define rent rates for each book and volume. So the rent rate is based on which book do you choose and which volume of which book volume you choose. Yeah. So for the rent rates, I use double rent rates. Yeah. So the one you see 1.2, 1.5, these are the rent rates for DC books. Here is the for Marvel books, and here is for the others. Okay. So here the book rent rate equal to rent rates publisher volume. So this is to get the rent rate based on the selected book name and volume. And then I see out how many days would you like to rent. So you have to insert how many days do you want to rent the book, and then if user insert number less than or equal to 0, system will display this invalid input. Number of days must be a positive integer. And then lastly, total rent equal to book rent rate times the rent. So this is the equation to calculate the total rent rate for the book and for the book rent punya rate. So see out you have selected rent rate, equals to void payment. So over here I declare integer pay. So the system will ask you how would you like to pay. Either you would like to use cash or card, and then user has to insert which payment method they would like to use by inserting the numbers.
So I'm gonna show you guys a sample output of each process of this system. So for this first one is buy. As you can see, you can choose your business and then press 1, and then for the rest just do like normal, choose your book publishers, enter the book title and enter book edition. The system will ask you if you want to add more books or no. If you want to add more books, you press 1 for yes, and if you don't want to add more books, you press 2 for no. And then the system will ask you how you like to pay, whether you want to using cash or card. And that's all. So for the next sample output is so it's like the customer need to put their business, and then customer press 2 for sale, and then it's like normal, you need to choose your book publisher and choose the book name, and also choose your book edition. So just all that. Thank you. So for the next sample output is trade. So people need to choose their business. So for trade, people need to press 3, and then the system will ask you like normal which publisher is the comic you like, and then the comic you like and the edition. So you put all that in the system, and after that the system will ask you what comic would you like to trade for. So we got 5 edition, and that is Spider-Man, Iron Man, and for the rest of that. And also the system will ask you what edition would you like to trade for. And that's all. Thank you. And the next sample output, we got the rent. So for the rent, you need to put 4 for rent, and then the system will ask you the book publisher, book name, and the edition like normal. So you just need to put all that, and then the system will ask you how many days you want to rent the book, and you just need to put the days you want to rent the book. And then after that, the system will ask you how you like to pay the book that you rent, whether you want to using card or cash. After that, the system will ask you to take a receipt and acquire your comic books at the counter. And that's all. Thank you. So for the last sample output is easy. So it's simple and easy. You just need to press 5 for easy if you don't want to do any type of business. And that's all. Thank you.
So that's that, and thank you. I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. My mic broke halfway through, so I have to use my phone now to talk. It's 7:30 a.m. right now, and I have not slept a wink yet. I want to say I'm really sorry because it took us a really long time. I'm really sorry. Hopefully it was worth the wait. Probably not, but I think we did fine. Okay, thank you. Alright, the video also turned out to be really long. I don't know if that's fine, but yeah.